Hey guys, Jono here from e-commerce SEO. Content for your Shopify stores. Just quickly, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and be notified when we have new videos out. And also you can head on over to our free private Facebook group. We've got plenty of good discussion going on over there about Shopify SEO. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about content for your Shopify store, and that can mean many different things. Content can mean content for your product descriptions, your collection pages, general page content around the site. But one of the main drivers we use content for in our store, in our Shopify store, is for our content creation strategy, which is essentially our blog content. And then that blog content we syndicate out around the net. And we've got a strategy that works really well for that. Not going to go into that strategy here. You can jump into our private Facebook group, or you can even look at our Shopify SEO version 2 course where we go deeper into that strategy. And essentially, using that blogging strategy, we're able to not only rank those blog posts for the particular terms, the particular phrases and subsections of our market. The way we do it, it also then helps rank our collection pages and our product pages. So what tends to happen in Google, people are looking for a certain answer to a certain question, and a lot of times many of those that on the first page of Google for that question are going to be blog posts, because they can answer that in an informational type context. And then other searches where they've got buyer intent, Google's going to serve the collection page or a product page on the first page, and you'll see a lot of pages for terms that are only e-commerce stores, Amazon for example. So you can start to pick up both of those in context once you use this strategy, and it helps overall by pushing everything within that cluster for that particular term, market or phrase. But one of the most difficult things about content is that it's investment. So either it's an investment of your time and you need to write the content yourself, or it's a dollar investment where you hire a VA, or you train a writer in-house, or you use a service. So we always recommend that, certainly if you're new and it's a passion project, so a lot of Shopify store owners will actually create an e-commerce store around the passion and what they know about. So you're the best person to actually write the content for your store and your blog posts. And then you also get to understand how to do it correctly, and then when you hand it over later on to a VA or a service or someone in-house, you can relay that information really well. SEO, there's many shiny objects out there, so there's always different strategies and different ways people do things, but SEO for ecom really breaks down into 3 areas. First of all, it's actually 4 areas. So first of all, it's your keyword research, so you're actually trying to sell something that people are looking for. Number 2 is your site structure. So we go deep into that in our courses with how Shopify is a little bit different and a bit tricky. You need to make sure your structure is set up correctly. Thirdly is your content. So you have that content there that's relevant to your market, and you drive traffic through that content. And then fourthly is how that content and your site is endorsed around the internet. So your backlinking and other traffic strategies. So when you keep it very simple in those 4 buckets, SEO becomes a little less overwhelming and a lot simpler when you keep to that. Keep thinking about that's the way it should be done. Anyway, getting a little off track, but what I just wanted to show, and we've had a few questions in our Facebook group about how we do our content. So we have our own writers, and it depends on what sort of market or expertise that we're writing about. Sometimes we use our own writers. We pay them a salary or an hourly rate, so that's probably is the most expensive way to do it, but we know we're going to get very good content doing it that way. And it all depends on say for it's a client, what their budget is. We have used freelancers in the past, but find that can be a little bit hit and miss. We do write ourselves as well. Our team writes some content, and then we also use services. So this is what I just wanted to recommend, some of the services we use currently that are really good. So the first one is TextBroker. TextBroker is not all that well known, which is interesting because it's really high quality. They have a star rating system for their writers, so 1 to 5, 5-star writers. You'll pay $150 to $200 for 1,000 words, but that's actually pretty good value compared to if you go out to a freelancer, and then you can reuse the same writers as you go. So, and then even the 3 and 4-star writers is good enough quality a lot of the time to have as the front end of the site or in your blog content. So highly recommend TextBroker. Really simple to use, support's good, and great value for money. The next one we use is, we don't use this all that often, although their quality of riders has improved a hell of a lot in the last probably 2 years. It was a little bit hit and miss there for a while, but I Need Articles, again, good value for money, but you probably do need to just work through different riders to get a good rider that you like. One thing I like about these guys, you can get an article written. If you don't like it, you can put it back into the queue. So essentially, if it's not good enough quality, you put it back into the queue and other writers can pick it up. Whereas Text Broker, the article is written and you can either decide to accept it or you ask the writer to rewrite it. So if that writer's not, just going to continually not deliver the quality, you still have to pay for that. But still, overall, the quality is better. So that's why we like this. But yeah, I Need Articles, you can put it back into the queue until you get the quality you want. And then the last one, as we're using Surfer SEO now for our content optimization, is the directory of SEO Riders. So in this directory here are people that know how to use Surfer. So with Surfer, you can optimize, or the content editor, you can look at the best way to actually optimize for a certain term, and it provides a template, and you can send that template to a writer. And these guys know how to do that and are using it all the time. They create the content in Surfer, and then you've got that content back optimized. So again, really good way of doing it. We've got a couple of guys we use regularly within the Surfer directory of writers, and this is going to get more important as Surfer evolves. They bring in more features, and it's just a really good platform. And then we have some of these great writers that are in here as well. So yeah, just wanted to go through what we use for our content and how we actually then use it within our strategy. Hope that was helpful. Thanks. We'll see you in the next video.